Right, so apparently as of today, right, as of today, which is with the Genshin's latest update, they are now required by law,
又是旧
by
雨重
law
逢。
to state the actual cost of obtaining a unit in Genshin Impact, not in the forms of Genesis crystals, not in the forms of the premium currency, but the actual cost tied to the USD. So you vary from between $198, which is gonna be, I'm guessing, one pool, to $475.2 US. I'm guessing this is what happens if it were to hard pity, like literally 90 pools times 2, which is 180 pools, which is, I'm guessing, you buy 3 of the 100 USD pack, and then, wait, no. Yeah, like 3 of the 100 USD pack, which gives you 50 pools times 3, which is 150, right? Wait, why is it so expensive? Oh, it's 300 of the $1 pack. Oh, it's only from buying the 99-cent pack. Oh, no wonder. I'm like thinking, wait, 475 sounds a little bit high. Because even if you buy $300 packs, it's 150 pools, right? That's only 300. And 475 is like almost 50% more expensive. So yeah, the actual worst case, the most economically unfeasible, greedy and stupid way of topping up, and without it's just real, nobody's buying a $1 pack 300 times.
又是旧雨重逢。
Unless you do it 300 times, then I don't know what to say, right? Yeah, so I'm not sure if this has happened before in other gacha games, not to the ones that I've played in the past almost, I don't know, 10 years, where they are actually required by law to state the actual cost of obtaining a gacha game unit within a gacha game. All right, and this might have implications for probably every other gacha game in the world if this thing becomes, mass adopted. Because I'm not sure if you guys remember, a couple of months back, I believe the FTC fined Genshin Impact. I'm not sure if you guys were there for the other incident we had. FTC fined Genshin Impact, I think like what, $20 million or something, with regards to the online gambling kind of thing. 20 million. 20 million, not 20k, right? 20k, Zedion alone can just pay that shit for them, right? So yeah, $20 million if I'm not wrong. So yeah, I do think that this is most likely gonna be carrying forward to a lot of other gacha games. When more and more people start to get aware of this situation. I wouldn't be surprised if HSR adopts this. I wouldn't be surprised if Zenless Zone Zero, Wuthering Waves, every other gacha game in the world eventually adopts this one day or the other. Because I think people are starting to realize that how much money a gacha company is making. If you guys have been seeing the gacha revenue, Honkai Starbucks made $100 million. That's $100 million US in a single month on mobile only. 100 million. Some industries, I'm talking about like the entire industry, some industries don't even make that in a year, by the way. In a whole ass year. Right, so it is honestly like a pretty ridiculously profitable monetization model, which I believe that a lot of different games they are starting to adopt. Right, we are seeing the rise of a lot of gacha games nowadays. Right, greedy and stupid morals. What the fuck are morals? Fly out the window. We have Etira Restart, Zero Promina is coming out, NTE, Ananta, Dual Night Abyss, everything, and I believe all these titles are coming out within just this year alone, and we haven't talked about 2026, which is gonna be the brand new Honkai game and everything, which is yeah, I feel that this is industry that is, it used to be more niche back in my days, right? Like when I was like a little teenager, when I played gacha games, I was playing like Summoner's War, Battle Cats, Dragalia Lost. I think gacha games were still very, very niche before Genshin Impact. I feel like the population was it's probably, I don't know, like as big as StarCraft 2 players. I think StarCraft 2 was a pretty big community, probably around like the half the Storm era. It's like a very, very niche group of community. But ever since the COVID lockdown and Genshin just took the boom, it's fucking shot out like a fucking rocket. Everybody in the world knows what the fuck is a gacha game now. And their perception of a gacha game is basically the model presented by Genshin Impact. And now, as of 2025, I think that a lot more people, Chinese companies, Asian companies, Western companies, all these different companies, they're like, okay, yep, it's time to farm, man. It's time to farm, right? So, what does this imply? I think when they show this, it puts things into perspective of like how much money you are potentially spending, not for the game, but for a single unit within that game. A unit without the signature light cone, without the eidolons, without constellations, without limited artifacts, without dupes, like E0S0. Granted, I think 475 is the worst case. I think 300 if you buy like the USD pack, probably around there. But it is still at the end of the day, let's just say $300, right? For like a single unit. Now that it is public information, even though it has always been public, people just never really seen how much this thing really costs. I think, yeah, it really puts things in perspective. So, for example, right? For $40, you can buy Expedition 33. Yeah. For maybe I don't know, like $100, you can probably take out your entire family. Okay, maybe your entire family, maybe you and your girlfriend to like a very, very nice meal. Or maybe that's not the case anymore in 2025. I have no idea, right? But like this is a single unit. One unit. And if anything, I feel that it will be good for the future of the entire industry, because then players can see at least like a little bit more obvious, right? A little bit more clear that the consumers, these are the units that you're potentially spending money on in a very, very, in my opinion, I think Genshin is a very casual game, as with every single Hoyoverse games, as with every single, the mainstream gachas, I feel like they're all very, very casual. I think even Nikkei is pretty casual, even though they have Guild Wars and everything, right? Love and Deep Space, like all the big title gacha games. I don't think any gacha games, they are like meant to be played like 24/7. Because back in my days, you have shit like Grand Blue Fantasy. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So like, I feel like now that you take a look at the perspective, right? If you're going to be spending like, I don't know, like 20-30 minutes a day on this, it allows the consumers to be a little bit more knowledgeable, a little bit more aware of the products that they're potentially buying, and in return, it allows a company to demand, or rather create, better value for their customers, right? It allows the company to see that, okay, yep, now that this is the potential cost, we as the game itself, they would most likely have to step up. They will most likely have to create more things that the players are indirectly paying for. Because you are paying for a unit, right? Okay, for example, right now, you're paying like $475 for a single unit. But that's not the real reason why you would pay $475, right? This pricing model, it also takes into account the entire story quest, right? The end game content, right? Like the team building, the actual way the unit plays themselves, the environments in which you use this unit, it's a little bit like tax, right? Technically, everybody pays for like their government facilities in their respective countries, right? You indirectly pay for like your public transportation, you indirectly pay for the healthcare, because everybody pays tax, right? So you are technically indirectly paying for the entire game itself, even though you're technically spending for a single unit. And I hope that this really goes to show that gacha games in general, they can use this opportunity to say, okay, yeah, if we're gonna be logging in this amount of money, potentially speaking, we could expect, I hope, to see like a better quality of not just the units, but like everything that is tied to the specific gacha game. It doesn't have to be Genshin Impact, but like just gacha games in general. Because at this point, we know by now gacha game is the term gacha game it's so widely adopted to the point where like you don't really call it like a monetization model, which it technically is, right? Gacha is a monetization model, it's not a genre of game, but people call you gacha gamers, which is basically another word for gambling addicts, right? And I think it is quite good if there can be a little bit more transparency, a little bit more awareness to both the consumer as well as, in this case, the business on the receiving on both ends, to basically want to expect a better quality product for the things you're paying for, and secondly, to deliver those said quality products. Because let's be real, like if a single game makes like $100 million a month, it's honestly fucking insane, right? So, yeah, I feel like generally this is good for the game, right? This is good for the industry, this is good for the community, this is good for everyone, all right? So, If you're free to play, I don't think this concerns you whatsoever, right? I think this is more so for the people that are like somewhat in the middle, right? If you are a giga whale, nobody gives a fuck, right? They have fucked you money. Have you guys seen my account review the other day? Bro put an E6 Casualist, E2 Barbarian and just left there at level 1, right? So if you're a giga whale, nobody cares. If you're free to play, nobody cares. So I feel like this is more for like the people in the middle class, like the middle class. Right, for the middle class, is like you're in this route where, okay, you're potentially chasing meta, right? You're potentially dropping like hundreds and hundreds of dollars to chase meta, and then next patch rolls around, another unit comes in the brand new shield environment, and then you wonder why the fuck do you just spend like $300 putting for this meta unit that is no longer as good as the next meta unit? Like, surprise Pikachu, right? So, yeah, I think this is good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What of the day is gonna be middle class citizens. Join Discord, all the best guys with this guys night, right? Alright. You have cooled your last cool, my man.